Is it plugged in now? All right. Actual clap sync. One, two, three.
And it hit a different part of my leg.
You're going to smack the shit out of yourself again.
No, that was kind of aggressive. What the fuck is up? Welcome. Hello.
It's too early for this shit, man.
It's
too early
your job
for this
now,
shit.
bro.
This is my bedtime right now is what it is. I need to go to bed.
Okay, Finn, calm down.
And I could not fall asleep to save my life last night.
It kind of took me a minute to fall asleep, too. Like, I was laying in our room for, like, a good
late.
hour, 2 hours maybe before I actually fell asleep.
I just could not fall asleep. I just kept coming out here, getting a snack, going back to my room for, like, 45 minutes, staring at the ceiling, going back, getting a little snack, I didn't go to bed till, like, 3.
Ew.
Yeah, it sucked. And now we're here in the morning, and I'm sad.
And it's like 11, so.
Too early. It's too early for this shit, man.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Happy Saturday. I have shit to do today, so if we had to record, we got to record right now. Yeah.
This shit cold, whatever that's been going
It
around.
won't leave.
It's gnarly. And Mom is, like, dead.
Dude, she called me last night, and she sounds horrific.
Yeah, that's such a fucking bummer. But I was on the phone with Katie, and she was saying the same thing. Everyone's fucking sick.
Government put something in our food.
Everyone's getting the cooties.
Yep. But yeah, no, I mean, I work with a bunch of people that have to go to work when they're sick.
Yeah.
And
God, yeah, what a shitty world we live in. You can't even take a couple days off when you're sick.
And you know what also sucks? No shade to my employer, because if she could have it differently, I truly believe she would. But if, like, one of us gets sick and can't come in, it just, like, demolishes the whole day. So it's not necessarily like you can't call in sick. Like, you can call in sick, except it becomes a raging pain in the ass because we have such a small staff that, like, on short notice, it's really hard to fill shifts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where
exactly what you're talking
I
about.
worked in other situations where it's a huge fucking restaurant. If I don't show up, it's not a fucking big deal. Like,
Well,
I mean, it
that's
sucks,
basically
but
every single one of my jobs I've had, you know, I could call out and it's not the end of the fucking world.
exactly. And that's what I meant. Like, no shade to my employer, because, like I said, I think if she could have that differently, so it would just be easier on all of us, I totally think she would. But yeah, no, such a shitty fucking world. And I think that's what sucks, like, especially since COVID, is you can't be any sort of sick except for COVID in some places to, like, call out. Like, everyone's like, suck it the fuck. You have the flu? Pneumonia? It's not COVID. Get your ass in here.
Get your ass to work now.
And I'm like, oh, that shit's still very contagious. I don't want pneumonia.
I don't want anything.
Yeah, no, we've both been little sicky Sues.
Yeah, last week was a struggle for me, but I've been feeling a lot better.
This week has been a struggle for
You've
me.
been struggling a little bit this week.
Yeah.
That should be one of your New Year's resolutions, to never get sick.
What do you think of New Year's resolutions?
I've never done one. I don't think I've ever had a New Year's resolution.
Well, you're also a baby and a boy.
Yeah. I want to start just,
So
writing down goals.
What's a New Year's resolution for you that you want to have?
I couldn't tell you. I truly couldn't tell you.
So, fucking, what were we just
I would like
watching?
this to do okay.
No, like Wiz Khalifa, when he was like, obtainable goals. Like, you got to set obtainable goals. I was like, yeah, I fucking like that. That's good. And so I was like, you know what my New Year's resolution is going to be? Is to be like, to set boundaries with people.
There you go.
I'm like, I want to set boundaries
beautiful.
with people.
Are you going to accomplish that? Or
I don't know. We're
going
to see. I'm going to do my best.
Are you going to actually
Honestly, part of me, I think, is like, now since I've made that resolution, is almost waiting for a text so I can follow through on my resolution. But I feel like since I've decided this in my head and been like, I am going to do this, like, I am strong, like, I'm not ghosting people anymore, I'm not going to be a dick, I am just simply going to be blunt, to the point, and have my best interest in mind from now going forward. And ever since I have made that resolution, this bitch hasn't texted me once.
Well, yeah, because...
And I'm like, fuck, you have been annoying the shit out of me, and I've been trying to ghost. And my ghosting has, like, failed. And now when I'm like, you know what? I'm done being a little bitch. I'm done being a little kid about this. I'm going to fucking say something. And then she doesn't text. And I feel like I can't just out of the blue text and be like, by the way, we're not friends anymore. After months of not saying anything. Like, that's just like.
I think she's just understood that. I don't think.
Finally?
I think she's gotten the memo.
I just feel like I should be a grown up. But I hate being a grown up. Especially in like emotional, confrontational situations. Like, I feel in my older age, I don't want to be a part of it. I would much rather just avoid at all costs. Where like younger me was like, an excuse to be a I'm all over that shit. You were
an asshole, and I'm going to have to bleep that. You can't say
I can say whatever I want.
Actually gets auto demonetized on everything.
What does demonetized even mean?
It means no money in our bank account is what it means. Oh, and it means no viewers. It doesn't get recommended to anyone. Demonetized equals bad.
So people can post porn on the internet, but I can't say
Well, that's different. We're not posting to Twitter. All right? We're not posting our podcast to Twitter.
People say some horrific things on the internet.
I know.
And I can't say
You could still say it just will get demonetized. And
that's just such a joke. God.
I'm making this so hard. I have so many bleeps I have to do now. I just keep saying it. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm saying it now to be a dick.
The internet world does not like that word. I guess the higher ups don't like that word.
I just think America doesn't like that word.
There was this girl, I can't remember what her name was. She was like some Irish streamer. And she loves the C word. She loves it a lot. And she got her entire YouTube channel demonetized because she would say it in every video.
Because of a word?
Because of a word. She was shadow banned on the entire fucking app.
Y'all need different priorities. You need different. There are horrific things on the internet, and you're upset about a word. A simple word. A word that genuinely a girl was using. That's slander against women. That's like black people being allowed to say the N-word. I'm allowed to say the C word.
Hey, they won't let you. I'm sorry. They won't let you.
Take the stick out of your ass and let me say my favorite words.
Patreon, we would go crazy.
Oh, Patreon's going to be my favorite. If you want to see full me uncensored, go to our Patreon realized? Then. Because what the fuck?
I just realized we have like a whole segment in the first episode where you talk about that. And I have to go back and bleep that.
Really? Do I?
Yeah. The fucking last word before you die.
Oh,
I have to bleep that.
I only say it like once.
I know. But I totally glazed over that. I forgot that was a rule.
That's why I'm like, you're blindsiding me, bro. What the hell?
Poor Lola is just going in on her paw right now.
Bro, Lola, I realized today, has had a journey in her 2 years of life. She's like sisterhood of the traveling Lola. So, I mean, think about it. She started in Ontario, California with her mother and father.
With her fighter dad.
Yeah. Yeah, and her killer mom. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. They were both such cute dogs. Her mom is like a blue-nosed pit, and her dad is like a standard American boxer or whatever they are. I don't know if it's an American boxer, but a boxer.
Just regular?
Yeah, just like the brown, like Kobe and Kaya boxers.
What is it's an American bulldog, right? That's what that is.
There's an American bulldog.
Is
but
there
I
an
don't
American
know,
boxer?
I don't know if it's called that because technically they're German dogs. Or they were German dogs.
Huh. Anyways,
her dad's a boxer, her mom's a pit, and at least I think so. Again, I got her off Craigslist, so and I could have been lied to.
On Craigslist
I really wanted. I was a poor college kid, and I wanted a doggy.
I want a dog. Craigslist real quick.
So I bought her for $300, and went and picked her up.
Is that a lot of money for a dog?
No. French bulldogs go for like $8,000.
Oh my god.
Which I just think is a fucking joke, to be quite honest with you. But, yeah, I spent $300 on her. I brought her home, and I hid her in my Los Angeles apartment.
This is actually
and
so
then
good.
Got in trouble
Okay,
and
and I know you love the dog to death, but she couldn't go anywhere.
Oh no, she had a lit life. We took her everywhere. She went everywhere. We took her to the park. We took her to every restaurant we went to because I didn't like leaving her at home.
How?
So there weren't cameras in the elevators or in the parking garage, but there were cameras obviously in the front lobby and by the front door.
Yeah.
So that night that we were coming home from getting pizza, we took Lola, and he refused to walk around the building. And so she made us go in through the front door. And it was literally the next day we got a text being like, with the camera pictures. But I always would take her through either the stairwell or to the parking garage. Mm-hmm. And we'd get in my car and we'd go. But yeah, she went everywhere. Lola went everywhere.
Jazzy was the one that got caught with Lola.
No, we were together.
Oh, I see.
But it's genuinely because she would not walk around and go in the parking garage.
I see. She was an interesting character. I never met her, but she seemed like a very interesting character.
Weirdo, crazy bitch, the most disrespectful motherfucker ever too. Like, okay, oh my god, such an only child. It was painful.
Okay.
But anyway, we get in trouble with Lola. It's around Thanksgiving time. I bring Lola to Colorado. Mm-hmm. Lola lives in Colorado for roughly a year, a little under a year, and then moves from Colorado back to Los Angeles when Jackson moves to Los Angeles.
That drive out with the dog was the worst thing ever.
But it wasn't because of the dog.
No, but the dog was part of it.
Why? She's the most chill car dog ever.
She's just there, and it's just like a dog we got to take care of. And you guys, this dog is spoiled rotten. And fucking Jackson, every time she's letting her out, we have to stop and give her a full thing of water. Make sure she's not hungry.
Are you crazy?
He is crazy.
The whole drive from LA to here, it was just me and Lola in the car. And she peed every time we stopped for gas. Like, when we stopped to get gas, then I would take her to go pee. I would see if she wanted a little bit of water.
Okay.
Most of the time she didn't.
Props to him. He never stopped just for Lola.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, she's fine.
Yeah, like I said, Lola was never the prime problem. She's just there, adding more, you know?
But anyway, she moved to LA, and then she moved here with us. But she's been, like, she's been on airplanes. She's been in so many, like, cross-state line cars.
Cross-state line cars.
She's just, like, lived her best life.
And now she actually has a backyard.
And now she has a backyard.
I guess she had one in Colorado. She probably had a better backyard in Colorado because it was actually like grass and dirt.
It was grass and dirt, but it was like all weeds. It was like.
I mean, she's already had to go to the hospital once from our backyard, so I think it's probably better than our backyard.
Well, that's because she's a literal psychopath. I'm pretty sure if we had grass, we still would have had to take her to the hospital for breaking one of her nails.
And the other day when she was just doing NASCAR laps in the
living room.
And we've got the bean. I was trying to move the beanbag back, and she would do a lap, yeet the beanbag away, go on her another lap, and Emma's trying to move the beanbag back. And before she can move it back, she yeets it back over.
Mind you, our beanbag weighs the same as a queen mattress. Okay, this thing's fucking heavy. It's huge. And I'm trying to lug it back against the wall, and she's like, "Nah, fam, I'm jumping on it again, and again, and again."
Of course, now she's all nice. We're going to talk about Emma not being able to record anything again. I swear you are a terrorist sabotaging our show. Every single time we'll record, oh, guys, I didn't record that one. What do you mean? We've got sabotage in the household happening. Someone doesn't want us to be successful.
Or I'm just 40 like you say I am and can't fucking record properly.
Oh, it's crazy how often that has happened now. And
it's been twice.
And this is our second episode. We're shooting 100%. We're shooting 100%.
We've recorded like 8 episodes though.
So we're shooting 300% is what you're saying.
No, because I forgot to record 2 out of the several we've done.
The first couple, the microphone died in Colorado.
I was going to say, don't sit here and shit on me. Like, everything's my fault.
100% though.
And I'm sabotaging everything.
You are still shooting 100%.
You're a bully.
Dude, when the fucking stove guy came over to the okay, our stove broke for the viewers. Our stove broke. And it's been broken for a while now. And a couple days ago, we actually finally had some dude come out. And he checked it out for the day. Me and Emma were sitting in my room with the dog because she was being a menace. And we're sitting in my room, and the guy says, yeah, you might need some parts, and leaves. We're like, okay, sweet. The next day, another guy comes, and I'm at the house all by myself at this point. And he comes in the house, just smacking his fucking gum, talking, hey, man, how you doing? How's life been going? I'm just like...
Ew, I hate that sound.
And immediately I'm like, I hate this guy. I hate him. And he just keeps talking about, anything but work. Just talking. He pulls up a picture of his doggo, showing me his dog. There's me and my dog. She's so cute. I've had her for like 10 years. Your dog's really cute. Is it Pitbull boxer? Yeah, I called it. And he would not work. Refused to work for like the first 15 minutes.
You're so mean to this fucking guy who's just like, chill dude. This job I have. Fuck yeah. And Aiden's like, fuck this guy.
But seriously, he gets over to the stove after like 10 minutes. And he's like, so like, do you got a part number for this thing? Does anyone have any like parts that you guys needed to fix? And I was like, dude, I don't fucking know. Like, that's your job. And he's like, oh, well, like, there should be a part number. Like, I should have parts. Like, why did anyone send me parts? I'm like, dude, once again, I didn't even respond to him. I just went and sat on the couch. I don't know what to tell you, man. Fix the fucking stove. You're here till 5. It's 3. You got 2 hours. Work.
You sound like such a rich fuck when you say that.
It's his job. It's literally his job.
You sound like such a rich fuck when you say that.
When my job, when I was helping the IT guys fucking go to a place and fix a printer, our job was to get it done in the time we had, not to fucking dilly-dally around. We get docked if you take too long. It's just do your job. You're on the clock. Just do your job. It's not that hard.
I had no problems with this guy, except for the gum smacking thing. It was driving me crazy. Because, like, even when he wasn't talking, we're trying to watch TV, and, like, we're just chatting it up, and you can just hear him in the kitchen.
I think that's the main reason that pissed me off. Once you guys got home, I feel like he kind of, like, was just doing his own shit at that point, and, he wasn't bothering me. But the gum smacking, I think that's why I have so much animosity towards this guy right now. Is because he wouldn't stop smacking his fucking gum.
It was pretty bad.
That's an F-tier human being. Guy that doesn't stop smacking gum.
Is that a pet peeve of yours?
That's an F-tier human.
Is that a pet peeve of yours when people smack their gum? Mine is when people smack their food. Like, just the smacking. Like, your mouth open when you're doing... I'm like, bro. If you're eating by yourself and at home and that's, like, live your best life. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Care. But if we're at a restaurant or something, it's just so...
It just have some manners, man. Like, come on. It's fucking disgusting. He's sitting there. So, how's your day go, man? Shut up.
Oh, dude. What's another pet peeve of mine? I just had it in my brain because it's so good. When my feet are dry.
I just don't like my body being... That's why I don't like
when
water.
My body's dry?
Because it makes my body so fucking
Do you hate
dry.
Lotion?
No.
Jackson hates lotion. Like lotion. Jackson hates lotion. He hates chapstick. Like, if I put Aquaphor on my lips, he'll like kiss me very like.
Why? What? That's so funny.
He's such a dry, scaly human being because we live in the desert.
Too much lotion, I don't like being all slippery and slimy.
I'll oil my whole body up, bro.
I'll do that too.
That fat shit that mom gave me.
I'm not gonna drown myself in coconut oil or lotion though. Like if my body's dry, I'll put it on. But
I put lotion on every single time I get out of the shower.
I always do like this kind of. I has to be dry when I have to like. I don't know.
When you're tacky,
using my hands with like lotioned up wet hands just doesn't feel right.
Oh, I don't mind that at all because my hands, if they're dry, or my hands and feet specifically when they're dry, like I can feel like when my feet are dry when I have socks on. Or like I put my feet in bed.
Are my hands dry?
No.
See, your hands are way more moisturized than mine, though.
My hands are soft. That's like I remember Avery, our cousin. She comes up to me and she like It was like rubbing she's like rubbing my arm. Like we were linked or whatever.
What,
She was like,
me?
she was just like rubbing my arm and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, dude, your arm is so soft. And then she starts like touching. She's like, my arm. She's like, why is your skin so soft? And Shay turns around. He's like, do you put lotion on every day? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, see, Avery, see, you got to put lotion on your body.
I was expecting Shay to say what I just said. What do you want to fuck me? Avery, relax. It's your cousin.
It was so funny though. She was just so enamored. She's like, how are you so soft?
I don't use lotion. I'm never dry.
No, I stole your lotion because you don't ever
you?
use it. You had two, so I took one because I ran out.
I mean, I truly only use it when my body's super dry, and I thought I was gonna use it a lot because we're in Arizona. We might be pooling, and like especially chlorine water makes egg dry up so fucking.
A pool dries me up the most. The ocean does dry me up pretty well though.
I just think that's the salt. Yeah. But I think the chlorine makes I got like a reaction on my skin to chlorine.
It's a chemical.
Well, no one else has that reaction.
My skin gets ridiculously dry after the pool, especially after I shower after the pool. I like feel like SpongeBob out of water. Water! That's how I feel.
Is that from the SpongeBob movie when they're up on the thing? Him and Patrick. We can make it, Patrick!
What are other pet peeves that you have?
I don't have a whole lot of pet peeves.
Oh my god, who fucking cares about pet peeves? Let me tell you something.
Okay.
The other day.
What the fuck is up?
I've got a funny.
What the fuck is up, Kyle?
I've got a funny story.
Okay, let's hear it. I'm excited now.
Okay, so as everyone knows now, I make TikToks for work. And the other day we were really slow, and so me and my coworker, who's like, she's younger, so she doesn't mind being on like in front of the camera and stuff like that. So it's me, her, and our other friends, and we're all working, and I asked her, I was like, do you want to make TikToks with me today? And she's like, fuck yeah, blah, blah, blah. She starts saying how she wants to make a cartwheel TikTok of us doing cartwheels through the store.
You told me about this. Oh, this is so good.
She wants to do cartwheels through the store as like a, yay, like 60% off sale, like whatever. And I was like, you know what? That's hilarious. I want to do cartwheels with you in the store. Like, that's so fun. So we get a video of us doing cartwheels together. And as soon as the video ends, she decides she's going to do a walking handstand. No, she was a cheerleader.
I can't believe this isn't on video.
It is. The camera's in the store.
Oh, like the video feed?
Like the camera.
No, but who?
No, Alicia says...
Your phone. Who stopped the recording? Like, why would you stop the recording?
Yesterday when I was telling the story, I was giving her shit for it. I was like, and I don't know why she stopped the video. But she's like, it was done. You guys were done. I'm like, I know, but it would have been so funny. Like,
you're literally like, yeah, this happened. And then you go to show us this video, and you're like, the video ends, and you're like, okay, it happens right now after. I'm like, well, that's fucking, thanks for that.
But anyway, yeah, cheerleader. And she's a cheerleader, right? So as she goes into the handstand, I'm like, oh, I've got some faith in her, right? It probably won't be beautiful, but like, she's got it. She takes 2 steps. And her whole body, like, so mind you, I'm watching her. The other girls are behind the counter, so she kind of just, like, dissipated.
Yeah.
But I'm watching her as she slowly, Leaning Tower of Pisa's, slams herself into the counter. And we have those little, like, hook drawers that have all the hair clips and stuff in them, slams into the whole thing. Like, she takes it out, and as she does that, she tries to rotate her body to, like, avoid the counter. And as she does that, just crumples into the ground, and I just can imagine the view from behind the counter. It's Mia just falling crash over. And then she's gone. She just disappears behind the counter, and my face was just and I immediately can't breathe because I am laughing.
She's just like laying all over the floor, just scattered everywhere. She's just like all fucking ragdolled on the ground. Her bones are all going out in different.
I immediately couldn't breathe. And then my other coworker comes around and is like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? And we're both just like above her. And she's like, I can't breathe. She knocked the air out of herself and she's laughing. And she's laughing. She's like, I can't fucking breathe. At this point, I'm in tears. I am full blown in tears. I am dying. And so I walk behind the counter because I can't breathe either. And I look up, and a customer's like getting ready to walk through the doors. I'm like, Mia, get up.
Oh my
get up. Like, you have to get up. So she gets up and immediately comes behind the counter, just crumples again. And me and her are hyperventilating.
Just like a D-Day soldier just sitting behind the counter.
Hyperventilating. And her knees all like skinned and like bright red from her jeans, like hitting the counter.
Good
and like,
Lord.
Oh my God. It was so funny. But I need to ask my boss if we can get the security camera footage of it.
Please.
Because there's footage of one of my other coworkers going to unlock the front door because someone had shown up to like for work.
Yeah.
And she's skipping to be funny, and she catches herself on the rug and just boosh. And you see my coworker at the door like laughing at her, right? She's laughing. She's like, oh, she's skipping, and then just
Like, oh, this is outside the store?
No, it's in the store, but my coworker who's waiting to get let in is sitting outside the glass doors just like watching. And she just eats shit so hard. But I was like, because I have the timestamp of the cartwheel video, so I know exactly when it is on that camera.
Dude, you should just start posting security footage on your TikTok. I've actually seen so many of those pop off on like TikTok and like the YouTube Shorts or whatever.
So I dance a lot at work, like a fucking moron, and I want a compilation of all of me and the stupid dances I do at work because I've been there for a good while now.
Those pop off on TikTok.
I think it'd be so funny. Alicia has to let me go through all of the security camera footage though, so that would be super fun for me.
That's the hardest part.
Is going through all the footage, but no, that is definitely a blooper that needs to be posted on TikTok.
Oh, you have your phone of the exact time of
exactly.
It happens, so you know,
I know exactly on the cameras when it is going on.
Oh fuck you! Please make that into a TikTok. I want to see it actually happen. I want to see like all the things on the wall, like Jenga, fall down.
And she actually did a good job at just mutilating her body and not all of the shit on like the counter. Like she sent us a picture of her hip, bro.
I did see that.
Bruise
that picture of the hip
is
was
gnarly. But yeah, literally, she went sideways and like her hip went straight into like everything, and then her legs, and then her knee went into like the shelf in the ground, and then her face went into the ground.
How did you even get this job? I seriously don't even remember.
What, the TikTok?
No, Uptown. I seriously don't even remember
I found it on Indeed.
Was it actually Indeed?
I found it on Indeed. I sent in my resume. I wrote a cover letter. I got a call, and I remember walking in, sitting in the back office, and one of the first things she said to me was like, "Oh yeah, like I want you to know, like the job's yours. Like we're so impressed." Literally first thing.
Fuck it.
And I was like, okay, cool. She told me that no one had ever written a cover letter for her. I was the first one.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
And then the TikTok thing happened because one day at work she was talking about how she really wanted to like have TikTok presence again because we had one, and then my dear friend who no longer works there because she got another job like a loser. She used to do it, and so I was like, oh, I'll do it, and the rest is history. I literally just happened to be at work the day that she was talking about it.
There you go.
And I took it.
Easy pickup.
Yeah, easy pickup. That's how I do all that. But yeah, no, speaking of security camera stuff, I got a text last night while I was in the shower from my boss being like, this guy stole a pair of Yeezys from us. I'm filing a police report against him. Like if he ever comes into the store again, I need a phone call immediately. I'm calling the cops for trespassing. Like blah, 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 blah. He's stolen a bunch from our other store in Chandler also apparently. And she sends us the security.
Target theft?
She sends us the security footage, like screenshots of this guy's face. And I'm like, I love you. Fucking going black ops on this bitch.
First off, I guess he's gotten away with it, so I can't call him an idiot. But what sort of...
He hasn't gotten away with it. They know it's happened. They know it's him. So he's like not allowed in the Chandler store anymore.
Okay. But seriously, what sort of targeted attack is this where you steal from the same place multiple times with your identity just...
It's because you're an idiot. Do you know how many people steal shit from us, dude?
Okay, and stealing is bad. Don't steal.
Well, especially from a tiny little resale store, bro.
Steal.
Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
But if you're gonna steal, don't do it at the same store over and over again.
Honest to God, now I'm smart enough to know that if I stole from somewhere, I don't think I'd ever go back.
Yeah, I would ever go back. Exactly. You don't. go back.
I would think it would stress me out. Like,
and this guy went back and did it again.
And he stole Yeezys.
How did he even get the Yeezys?
So, our shoe shelf? No, the low one.
Oh, and they're on that?
Mm-hmm.
You guys should have that stuff somewhere.
So all of our really expensive stuff we do have somewhere, and most of our really expensive stuff we only have.
Expensive anymore?
No.
Have they never been really expensive?
I think they were, but everything Kanye has depreciated in value a shitload.
Ever since the Jew scandal.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
I think it's hilarious that that's what finally killed Kanye West, because he did plenty before then. And that should have been his demise.
He's still popping off. Didn't he just drop an album? Jackson,
I have no idea.
Didn't Kanye just drop an album? Or I think he's going to. And I'm pretty sure it popped off.
I know nothing about Kanye West. I don't
listen to rap anyways, so I
haven't heard anything about him, and I've loved my ignorance of bliss because I can't stand him.
I didn't mind him before. I just thought he was a character, an interesting character.
He's literally the Black Donald Trump.
It's just why? There was such an insane thing to say.
And okay, maybe this is stupid of me to say, but I also heavily dislike the situations that he's put his kids and ex-wife in. AKA Kim Kardashian.
God, with doxing their school and everything.
Yeah, and Kim is one thing. Kim can hold her own. She's had plenty of awful scandals happen, right?
I was
but your kids, bro, your fucking kids had no say in being children of famous people. Okay, so
children.
Pete Davidson said it great in an interview one time. He's like, or not an interview. He did an SNL thing, I think, but he was like, mental health is not an excuse to be a jackass. And it's coming from someone who has severe mental health issues.
I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying
is it the reason?
Is it could this be why
I don't know. I don't know. I would honestly, and again, I have my own mental struggles that I medicate myself for, but I think that
because after all that happened, then there was conspiracies that
it's not even him.
Yeah, that it wasn't even Kanye, that he
the fake Kanye thing was hilarious to me, I have to say.
I mean, I'm not really too in touch with all that stuff, so I didn't see a whole lot of it.
I didn't either. I just thought it was funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
I'm like, what do you mean?
But seriously, how the only explanation I have for someone doxing their own children is mental health.
And I'm saying that, I hope so, because I've made certain decisions in certain mental health states, and then afterwards been like, oh my God, that's so fucked up. But part of me feels like he's continued to make decisions that does not make me think that he turned around one day and was like, wow, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Because
I actually haven't, recently, I haven't heard anything. Has he done anything stupid recently?
I don't know. I've just been living in my bliss.
We have to start getting up on this
The only time I would be up on the Kanye stuff is when it would come up on the Kardashians. When some shit would blow up and Kim would be dealing with it.
They would put that stuff,
Kanye's not on there, but
his
Kim's
Jew scandal, was that on the show?
Yes, but they didn't speak specifically about the scandal. But Kim
how I say his Jew scandal.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. Don't say that. Talking about getting demonetized.
Sponsored by.
Yeah, there's no brand on that. It's the gas station.
Sponsored by Hydrate Smile Coffee.
Hydrate Smile. But no, yeah, the only time I saw the Kanye thing was on the Kardashians, when Kim would be dealing with something and then she would talk about it in their little interview cameo kind of shot things. But a lot of it just really made me sad for her. And I know that everyone's like, it's reality TV. And I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, you can see her kind of genuinely struggling to talk about it. And
okay, I don't want to be an asshole towards the Kardashians, but if Kanye is not part of the show, why are they fucking talking about it?
Because they know that people know, and it was not necessarily just that scandal. It was the time with all the kids and all of that,
fine,
and
that is 100%.
But also, you have to remember when things would happen, Kim all of a sudden gets immense backlash because the internet.
I didn't hear Kim's name a single time when that Jew shit was going on.
Stop saying that word.
Jew?
Yes.
What is wrong?
It's derogatory.
That?
Stop it.
That Jewish shit.
So I'm gonna start saying again.
Jew is not derogatory. It's just an explanation of a person's religion.
I would say that some would argue that's a little derogatory.
Okay, do you want me to say Jewish? Yes. Is that better?
Because they're Jewish. But yes, when the whole anything that ever happens with Kanye, all the comment section and people's reaction and everything always turn, like, not always, but people always like constantly are turning to Kim and being like, meh, 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 meh. And she's always like, I
didn't hear one thing.
She's always like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, we're not even together anymore.
Like, that has nothing
she
to
doesn't.
do with her.
She doesn't. She's on the show. It's a reality show. It's their entire life. So when she all of a sudden is getting manhandled in the comments and sees it on her phone and the camera crew's in her face, then yes, it's talked about. Like,
what sort of fucking, you guys, you watching this, what sort of person is scrolling Twitter, sees Kanye West saying, I love Hitler and the Jews are bad? You see that and you go, I think Kim Kardashian needs to pay for this one. I think every person that says that needs to just take a break from everything and just go get some fresh air. Just get off.
I think 90% of the people who have comments on the, like, make comments on the internet, literally like physically type comments on the internet, need to go touch grass. Hey, I comment on people's videos if I see exciting, and I'm like, hey, that's amazing. If you want
to support your creators, please comment.
But the hate.
Please
But the hate. No, like, the hate stuff is what I was talking about. Like, people trolling the internet and just, like, up in the comments being
and that
horrid people.
You'll never get rid of that.
But I just don't get it. Like, touch grass.
But I could... That's
like the moms in my TikTok comments.
What I just said is beyond even just hating on someone. That's taking a situation and then going and shitting on someone who has nothing to do with it.
That was my point. But again, like, and it's not that they're sitting, like, they're making a whole segment on their reality show about Kanye West, but he is the father of all of her children. Like, he does come up every now and again, and she speaks on it. She does a very good job on speaking very, like,
and props,
not really speaking about her, not speaking about anything else.
Even, like, acknowledging it.
She does a great job.
In her spot, that would never come out of my mouth.
And I think she does a great job because she doesn't want her kids to hate their dad.
Their dad's kind of a psycho, so
she knows that. The rest of her family knows that. But think about how bad that would be. Like, that is for your kids' mental health and all that kind of stuff, to, like, constantly be bad-mouthing their father and telling them how crazy he is. Like, they'll obviously they'll get old. They'll get old, but I think she's kind of being like, I want to leave this up to you. That decision, like, your relationship with your father has nothing to do with me. I'm here to support you and be your mom. And
that's, like, props to her for feeling that, because if my kids got doxxed by my dad,
your wife, their mom.
If my kids got doxxed by my wife, I would make it my life's goal that my kids never saw my wife again.
And I think I've seen relationships as I've grown up play out like that, and it's just really gnarly. And I think,
if she wants to come to me, you know, talking and actually as a changed person saying, I fucked up, I really want to be in my kid's life, I'm not gonna be some asshole and be like, fuck you, get out of here.
But again, I'm
not gonna trust you off the bat. You're gonna have to earn that shit.
And again, I think that I think parents, bro, mad props to parents, because the older I've gotten, I've just kind of realized that, like, I could be a parent right now and I have no business with my knowledge of life to guide another life through it. Like, but there are a lot of people who do. And I think about the fact that mom was just, like, 5 years older than me when she had me. Fuck me if I could not imagine having a baby.
5 years older than you now.
Yeah.
I thought, like, she was 5. Like, you meant she was 5.
Oh my God, no.
I was like, no, that's
29.
That's not right.
She was 29 or 30 or something like that when she had me. And I was like, okay, so yeah, that's like 5 years away from me. That's wild. Like,
but 5 years is a long time.
But again,
when you're 29, you're going to look at your 24, 25-year-old self and be like, Jesus Christ.
But I can't imagine being ready to raise children in 5 years. I'll be very more grown and wiser and all those things. But
you don't know. That's a long time.
My point is, parents are just people simply trying to figure their own shit out and help you figure out yours. And so I try not to judge people and their parenting decisions, just like Kim, and trying to, like, keep Kanye in good graces around her kids because she feels what's best for them. She has no fucking idea if she's making the right or wrong decision. Just like most people, like I don't even know in my daily life if I'm making the right or wrong decision. Imagine having to make decisions for a small person. That sounds terrifying. And so I try to give everyone like good grace in all of those situations because I'm like, fuck, I'm not a parent for one. And two,
I don't even know how to parent myself, let alone a fucking kid.
That sounds stressful, and you don't need, no parent needs any outside source being like, you're doing it wrong. Because they're like, bitch, I think I am too. Shut the fuck up. Like, stop.
Dude, does anyone actually, that has to be an insane thing to say to a parent.
Oh, tell them that they're parenting wrong?
Is that a real thing that happens?
Yeah, of course. People are awful. I think so. I mean, again, I have no kids. I'm not a mom. But I know that, like, dude, even think about, like, grandmothers. If I had kids, do you know how many times mom would probably be like, you should do it this way, or I did it this way and it was way better, or blah, 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 blah.
That's just advice.
No, that's backhandedly saying you're doing it wrong.
I don't think so.
I think so.
If someone's saying, like, hey, like if I'm having a kid and
if I ask for advice and then it's advice.
If I'm not asking for it and I'm having a kid and mom is, giving me tips on, hey, when like this happens, this is a good way to take care of it. When this happens, this is a good way to take care of it. That's advice. Thank you. Thank you for the beforehand. Thank you. But
if
I do understand if I'm doing something and someone condescendingly says, oh, well, you should maybe do this instead.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Because I'm like, no, if I ask for your help and you are giving me pointers and direction, that's advice.
I just spit everywhere when I said that.
I didn't even notice.
That was disgusting. That was actually disgusting. Anyways, what were you saying?
I don't fucking know anymore.
Yeah,
I feel like I have spit on me.
I just ruined the whole conversation.
How long do you think we're going to stay here?
In Arizona?
Yeah.
I think we'll finish this year. We'll do next year. I think we all seem pretty happy on doing another year here.
Yeah.
And dude, if this ship pops off, I don't know. I probably would want to move to a creator area, like
I want to move to Phoenix. You mean you want to move to LA?
Well, like somewhere where there's other creators that we could collaborate, like LA and Texas. Those are two great places where there's a lot.
I'm not moving to Texas,
and I don't want to move to either.
I'll move to New York.
But New York's not a good spot for online creation. Not this sort of online creation.
Yes.
There's nobody in New York.
Yes, there are. I promise.
Okay, there's a couple people in New York, but
there's actually people in every major city now. It's fucking wild.
Obviously, you're gonna have, and New York is a very populated city, so there's obviously gonna be more. But LA and Dallas are like your hubs for online creation.
I'm not moving to Dallas.
And I wouldn't be dead moving to Dallas either.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I mean, we could have a big home. That was the only thing I would like there.
I genuinely don't care.
But seriously, that would be the only thing I would like there.
What's the one place you would never want to move to? Like
Dallas.
I just say Texas as a whole. I really struggle with Texas. And okay,
does Texas have a beach?
Yeah, Gulf Shore.
Is it nice?
Mom and Dad said it was it was all right.
If
we've been to some baller fucking beaches though, they were like, it's all right.
If I live near there and it's baller and it's fine, it's a nice beach for cheap.
I would move to Bama.
Well,
I would move to
that's a
Orange Beach.
Very nice area that costs money.
I love Orange Beach.
When I think of Texas, I think
where
of
else
cheap
I'd
living and cheap suburban living.
You know where else I think you could get me to go? Is Miami.
Really? You would move to Miami?
I think you could get me in. I don't know how long I would last, but I think you could get me there. Warm beach, city vibes. I could do it.
No, but
it checks boxes.
Seriously, getting back to the question, I think we'll do 2 years here, definitely. And if we do well with this kind of stuff, I do think moving to LA would be probably the best idea. Just because there's so many connections in LA, especially with this kind of stuff. Like, we could have a fucking guest on every week at that point.
You don't have to ask me twice. I'd move back to LA in a heartbeat.
I know you love that place.
I love it.
But right now, it's out of our budget.
I know. That's why I'm here.
Yep. That's why we're here. And we're actually really close. Like, Phoenix, Arizona, like the area we're in it's really close to everything. Like, we're 6 hours from Vegas.
We're 6 from Los Angeles.
We're fucking right next to the border. Mm-hmm. We can drive into Mexico if we want to.
Road trip to Cabo.
Like, Arizona is actually a pretty good spot.
Hey Jackson, how long would it take to get to Cabo? Google that shit.
If we road trip?
Yeah.
Is it safe?
No, probably not.
What if you?
Actually, I don't know if it's bad because we're not going
Gulf
through
of California.
That's what I'm saying. We're going down
safe.
the Gulf.
Because I know Dad used to do those trips all the time, and he even tells us nowadays that it wasn't the safest. Oh my God. Emma, that is not happening.
Not a road trip. Not a road trip.
Holy fuck. That's 2 days of our life. Unless we just drive for 20 hours straight. But still.
That'd be kind of a sick road trip, though, driving the Gulf of Mexico.
It would be really fucking cool.
Or the Pacific.
I mean, by
coast.
hour 17, I would want to shoot myself in the head, but...
And we could, like, split it up and stop somewhere cool for a day.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to think about that.
That'd be sick.
That would be a fun one.
That'd be cool. Go surf it up.
It probably would be pretty cheap, too.
Dude,
so.
I want to surf so bad.
Surf's up?
I want to go surf
like the penguins?
So fucking bad.
Like the rat. Yeah, Jackson knows how to talk.
Yeah, I do. I want to be like, what's his name? The big guy.
Cody.
No, not Cody. No, Big Z, yeah. I want to be like Big Z. I just want to be a big guy big penguin that just surfs.
Big ass penguin.
On a beach. Lives in a little hut.
I
could be an island girl.
I've never surfed, and I think I would get the hang of it immediately.
I think it'd be pretty good. I do know, I'm counting on it actually, that the first time I go try to catch a wave in Costa Rica, I'm gonna eat shit.
I don't
because
think
I will because I have no idea how different the water feels. I've never water skied. I'd never have wakeboarded.
Oh, you've never done any of that stuff?
The only thing I've done is like the feet ski. Does that make sense?
Boarded?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should know how water feels.
Well, I mean like standing up. Like the first time you try to push up on a board. Yeah. Because I know pushing up on a board's its whole act. And I know how to duck dive and all that, but I don't know how to duck dive with a board. Like I do think it'll take me a couple of tries, but I just
self-explanatory.
I just have to figure it out. That's how I learn anything. Like I like learning alone. I don't even want to go to a surf lesson. I just want to go watch a couple YouTube videos and try and figure it the fuck out.
Get yourself a YouTube major, baby.
And just kind of suck for a little bit all by myself and not feel if I feel judged, I tend to not try as hard. I'm not as good with failing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that actually does make sense.
I love to try new things, but I kind of like to do them by myself, in privacy, because I can fuck up as many times as I want, and I just can feel myself getting closer, so I don't feel embarrassed.
I don't know, and I used to be the exact same way as you. Jesus Christ. But this is going to sound so stupid, and this is going to sound so fucking lame and stupid, but I'm just going to say it. When I started playing that Trackmania, that car racing game, dude, the people that play the community in that game, they are the nicest people any video game I've ever played. Usual stereotype of online video game. You get shit talked, you suck, go fucking die. That's usual thing you hear on a video game.
That's awful.
Emma, the community in this game is so nice. I'll Cup of the Day, for example, it's just a track that everyone races and you get a division or whatever. And I'm playing that, and I don't know, and like you said, I usually just want to learn on my own, just figure it out. But you can't fucking figure out how to do a turn. Just type in the chat hey, man, I can't figure this out. And some dude who's been playing for 10 years just comes in the chat, hey man, you need to do this. I've been trying this a lot, and that's been giving me 2 tenths here and there. And then he's I'll spectate you and I'll watch you to make sure I'll give you tips. I'm
Aww.
oh my God, I love this. This
That's
is
so
awesome.
wholesome.
It's so wholesome.
That's so cute.
But ever since that, I love just asking for help. Help me. Give me an advice.
So that was fashion school. When I was learning to design and stuff, I couldn't do that on my own because I'm in classes and stuff. And I got really comfortable with just asking questions. I love asking questions. I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I also like to watch. That's a great way for me to learn, is watching people. So I feel if I just get myself out on a surfboard, out to past the wave break.
Has that not been or I guess for you, it's a little different, but my entire life, from scootering, skateboarding to doing trampoline stuff, the only way I learned was watching people that were good at it.
Dude,
online.
That's even like going back to school. Like in math, I was such a math nerd. I'm so good at math, but I could watch my teacher do a problem on the board, and I could do like those problems. Like I just had to see someone do something.
I think that might just be like a mom or dad trait that's been given.
That's just how I learn. Like I know some people learn by reading. I know some people learn by
I truly
direction.
I truly think that was past because I learned the exact same way.
So
if I watch someone do it, I'm good.
The best thing that has ever happened to me is like TikTok tutorials and stuff. Because on Pinterest, I used to hate watching reading recipes. I just want to watch you go through the recipe and like see how you break it down. How do you fold in stuff? How do you do you start with your dry ingredients or your wet ingredients? Like all of that kind of stuff. I love just watching it because reading it, I almost get confused.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I like YouTube so much. I just oh my god.
Or Masterclass, love that.
Masterclass is great. I have to, dude. I've been watching this plane guy on YouTube, and I told you this the other day.
Oh my god, the plane
And his
guy.
name is like Mentor Pilot. I don't know. I have to shout him out because Emma is the best storyteller ever. And he's like I told you the other day, he's like a 50-year-old dude. I might have just fucking fucked him over. He's probably like 30 years old, and I just made him feel so bad. But he's got a lot of experience in flights, and he does like documentary videos on like plane crashes and like miraculous plane stories. And these videos are like 50 minutes long, and I'll sit. It's like 12:30 at night, and I'm just sitting at our little coffee table, and I will just sit and watch an entire video and just not look away from it once, and it'll be over, and I'll be like, oh fuck, well let's watch another one. They're that good. They're so good. And I don't even like. When have I ever liked planes? I don't care about planes.
I want to learn how to fly a plane.
But I was thinking about this the other day. I think it's because something in the human brain, us humans, love stories of other people's pain and other people's like Dateline,
misery.
For example.
Yeah, okay.
Murder
I like
stuff
those.
Is so popular.
I like those stories if Homeboy comes out in the end. If you're going to tell me a sad death and murder story and then it ends with everyone was sad and someone killed themselves and then it was just bad.
That stuff is so popular.
I can't get down with that's so depressing.
We've shat on Mom for years.
I am depressed. I cannot watch depressing things.
But like I'll watch one of those videos and it'll end with, it won't end with him saying and all of the passengers lost their life, but that would be a part of the video. And like the end of this, it doesn't end good because everyone's dead. He's just he's explaining the story and he's trying to give like a good happy ending to it, like how it changed the aviation history,
right?
And like how planes are safer now. But for some reason, you go look at all of his most popular videos, the ones with
death
with 100 million views or like 50 million views are all like major plane accident. It's never like because he's got videos named like Pilot Heroes, and it's like a story of a captain like saving the plane. And those will still get good views, but nowhere near as many views as like the
Well, I also think the other ones are like clickbaity.
But that's what I mean. Us humans see like, oh, big tragedy. That must be interesting. But we see like pilot rescues an entire plane. And you're like, I'd rather watch the tragedy.
See, I find that interesting still.
I do too.
Like I follow a bunch of.
But that's why do people think the death one is so much more interesting?
I follow a bunch of things on TikTok that are like good news outlets or like the happy news outlets. Yeah. I also follow this one channel. It's called La La Land. I need to show you one of their videos after this, bro. It's the cutest thing. It's this group of people that rides around in a car, and they keep all the windows down, and they like stop random people on the streets and give them compliments.
Oh, that's
it's
cute.
The cutest thing ever. But they do that, and then I like watch this one guy, and he's like pretends to be a news reporter and shares all like the happy stories from the world.
Yeah.
Like goes and finds them all and is like, so this is what happened this week, and it's like it's so cute.
See, that's so cute.
I love that.
And we need more shit like that. Cause I don't know what it is with the human brain. We see death.
I almost feel like we've been indoctrinated to do so. Cause think about like just the news, in general.
What did I say the other day? We were talking about some psychopath. Oh, the movie. What is that movie that you like?
Saltburn.
So Emma's explaining the Saltburn movie to us.
I like Saltburn for other reasons.
And she's explaining how this guy is like people didn't like him licking cummy bathwater off the ground. But at the end of the movie, he murders 5 people, and that's not a problem. The problem is him licking cummy bathwater.
I do have to say that the people who are like, that movie was so kinky, that movie was so this, that movie was so that, it was boring, there was no storyline. I'm like, y'all are a different kind of fucked up. Because that, and not only does he kill all these people, dude, in the family, it's a tradition that when someone dies, they write their name on a stone and throw it in the lake. And every time he like kills a success, he goes and retrieves the stone from the lake. Oh, does that not make your skin crawl?
Okay, like, why was that not the psychopathic thing I heard? When it seriously, why is it cummy bathwater that is? Oh, he's or not right.
The vampire scene. He like
or that one you talked about too. He killed 5 people.
He literally strategically murdered an entire family to obtain their estate.
Let's talk about that maybe. You guys, people are watching too much fucking porn. People got their brains all fucked up.
It was honestly funny because when I finished that movie, I looked at Calais and I was like, I'm almost disappointed that I'm not more disturbed. Because the way people made that movie sound was, I was like, and I was going to record, that was going to be a whole content for me, was recording my reaction to Saltburn. Yeah. And at the beginning of the movie, it was just like kind of getting into the movie, like telling you what it's about and stuff, right? And so I was like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to like record yet. Otherwise, this video is going to be like 2 hours long. So I'm waiting and waiting. And then I realized we got to the bathwater scene. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not recording because my reactions are pretty like low key. Like this wouldn't be funny content because I'm not like, oh my God, because it's not that. Okay, but I do have to say, Saltburn was a fire film. A magnificent film.
I'll have to go watch it.
You really have to watch it.
Say for the other perspective.
I kind of feel like you have to watch it.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Because it was so good. So well done. Very surprised that Amazon. The soundtrack, so good. Like the whole thing was just so well done. And I think that's a new red flag for me. If you were disturbed or didn't like Saltburn and said like,
we're not friends.
I really think it's a red flag for me now. Like it kind of, that movie genuinely shows who you are. Yeah. And I think we have to end with that note because I want all of the viewers to think.
I'm going to guess this real quick. An hour and 2 minutes. An hour and 1 minute. 59 minutes. I nailed it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Episode 2. It actually is recording. I can't tell.
We hope so, though.
You're there, and you can see us. We'll be back. No, we won't be back next week. We'll be here same day with another episode. 3 in a row. Bang, bang, bang.
We've got some content coming up.
I hope you enjoyed this little burst of episodes to get you hooked on what's coming in the future.
But yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. People, bye.